Nigerian nurses have dragged the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, the Minister of Health and 6 others to court over new certificate verification guidelines issued by the council. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories. At number 1, the Nigerian nurses have dragged the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, NMCN, the Minister of Health and 6 others before the National Industrial Court of Nigeria over new certificate verification guidelines issued by the Council. The NMCN had on February 7, 2024, issued a circular revising the guidelines for requesting verification of certificates for nurses and midwives in the country. There have been a series of protests by nurses in Abuja and Lagos demanding the reversal of the new guidelines. They are urging the courts to restrain the defendants or their agents from implementing the NMCN circular pending the determination of the suit. The nurses also urged the courts to suspend the enforcement of the new guidelines. At number 2, the Senate has passed the Student Loans Access to Higher Education Act Bill 2024, following the consideration of the Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions and TED Fund report. The bill, transmitted by President Bola Tinubu, aims to provide interest-free loans from the Nigerian Education Loan Fund for indigent Nigerians to access higher education. Senate President Godswill Akpabio referred the bill to the Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions and TED Fund for further legislative work and to report back in 1 week. At number 3, protesting members of the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) have barricaded the main entrance into the national headquarters of the Labour Party today, Wednesday, demanding the immediate sack of the national chairman, Comrade Julius Abure. The NLC leadership had accused Abure of planning to hold an illegal convention. This, they said, was to perpetuate his rule or, in the alternative, appoint cronies to act on his behalf. However, organized labor, which constitutes a major power bloc within the party, has demanded that Abure step down. They said this would allow an election-independent audit of the party's finances. At number 4, members of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities (SSANU), the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational Associated Institutions (NASU), and the National Association of Academic Technologists (NAATS) at the University of Lagos held a peaceful protest at the school's gate. The protest blocked vehicular movement and disrupted traffic as they expressed grievances with the federal government over their withheld salaries. The Joint Action Committee of SSANU and NASU had been calling attention to their exclusion from salary payments, which began for the Academic Staff Union of Universities (ASU) in February. The protest comes as NAATS also joined in and initiated a 3-day warning strike. At number 5, goods worth millions of naira were destroyed in an early morning fire at the Nnamdi Azikiwe and Dotemo section of the Idumota market in Lagos State. The fire affected 3 buildings, including 2-story structures and 1 3-story building, known for selling clothes, bags, and shoes. Fire service boss Margaret Adesheye stated that the cause of the fire is yet to be determined and investigations are ongoing. A fire also broke out in the Zawachiki area of Kumbotso local government in Kano State, destroying 37 shops. The Kano State Fire Service received a distress call at about 1:37 a.m. on Wednesday and quickly mobilized personnel to the scene, preventing the fire from spreading to other shops. No casualties were reported, and investigations into the cause of the fire are ongoing. At number 6, a federal high court in Abuja has dismissed a suit filed by Ugochukwu Uchenwa of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, which sought to stop elections and exams on Saturdays. The plaintiff argued that these activities violated his religious freedom. However, the court ruled the suit as frivolous, stating that while the church's rights were acknowledged, they couldn't be imposed on the majority. The plaintiff's counsel plans to appeal the decision to the Court of Appeal. At number 7, the United Kingdom Home Secretary James Cleverly has raised concerns that international students may be exploiting university courses as a means to obtain work visas, potentially undermining the quality of the UK higher education system. Cleverly has requested a review by the Migration Advisory Committee (MAC) to investigate whether the graduate visa entitlement, which allows international students to study for 2 or 3 years after graduating, is attracting the brightest individuals. University leaders fear that restricting the graduate visa route could lead to a significant decline in international recruitment, posing a financial crisis for universities reliant on international tuition fees. At number 8, the French Competition Authority, Autorité de la Concurrence, has imposed a €250 million fine on Google for failing to comply with copyright rules. Google was accused of using content from press agencies and publishers without permission to train its AI tool, Bard, now called Gemini. The authority stated that Google obstructed press agencies and publishers' ability to negotiate remuneration for their content. This decision comes amid ongoing debates over the use of media content to train AI, with recent lawsuits highlighting concerns over the unauthorized use of copyrighted material. At number 9, Brazil's Super Court of Justice (STJ) will rule on whether former Manchester City and Real Madrid striker Robinho will serve his 9-year rape sentence in Brazil. Despite his conviction by an Italian court, Robinho remains free and hopes for a free hearing in Brazil. The case has drawn attention to violence against women in football, especially after another former Brazilian football star, Dani Alves, was sentenced for rape in February. If extradited, it would be an unprecedented case in Brazil, raising questions about the country's handling of such matters. Finally, at number 10, Irish Prime Minister Leo Varadkar has announced his resignation as the leader of the governing Fine Gael party, along with his intention to step down as Prime Minister once a successor is chosen. Varadkar, who became Ireland's first gay Prime Minister in 2017, cited personal and political reasons for his decision to step aside. The 45-year-old leader stated that he has no definite plans for the future and will resign from his position as soon as his successor can resume office. Varadkar's resignation comes as a surprise and marks the end of his tenure as both party leader and Prime Minister. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.